Howdy folks, StrayCat74 here. Welcome to once again to the Basement of Solitude. Knife update. I'm home. I did a little bit of work on the knives. Well, this weekend, nobody commented on the last video, so I called some family members I don't normally get to hear from, and they all said they wanted to see a hunting knife. The most definitive hunting knife I could find is the Bowie knife, and the most iconic Bowie knife I could find, I actually have one. The K-bar. This is, despite what anybody might say, a Bowie knife. It's got the clip point. This one has the serrated edge. I've had this knife for a number of years. Ignore the Sharpie marks. One of my friends decided to make it tactical for me. It's a black knife, and he used a Sharpie on a $60 frickin' knife. I should have used the knife on him, but in any case. So I use this as a very rough guide, and here's what we have. Now, the K-bar is just short of a foot long. It's like 11 7/8 long, with a 7-inch blade. I decided to round up a little bit. This represents 2 hours of labor just to cut this out. It is not sharp right at the moment. It still has a large flat spot here. That's 2 hours of grinding. Has a straight bit here. Half clip points are straight. Half of them have the little dip. I don't have the talent to put the dip in there, okay? Most people would say I'm enough of a dip as it is. But that's beside the point. The handle is a little bit bigger because I included the length of the, let me get my knife back out, pommel. You'll also notice I overestimated the thickness I would need. This is, the K-bar is like 5/16, maybe an eighth. This is a 1/4 inch. It's almost twice as thick. Just to give you an idea of the blade size here, let me line this up so that that lines up with these here, and it's just a little bit longer. And if I can do this without cutting my frickin' hand, it's just short on the handle. So I guess I gave it a little more blade. I should have evened that out a little bit more. This is razor sharp, by the way, so I'm trying to not handle it by the blade much. It is in the craton handle. That is a bootlace from a boot I used to wear. I don't wear boots much anymore, not for any particular reason other than, I don't. So, this is the big blade. About 12 inches approx of the 18-inch bar. Now you're saying, well, that leaves you with 6 inches. Well, what are you going to do with it? Well, what do you think I'm going to do with it? I made a little blade. Got a little discolored here from when I was cutting it. Got that a little bit too hot, but I'm going to have to heat treat these anyway. I actually use this to experiment with for my grinding technique, and that's one of the reasons why you'll notice on the big blade, there's no grind on here yet. I wanted to get the blade profile done before I even attempt it up here. Because of this, I tried to get the false blade, and now some of them have a little bit of an edge there, and I wanted to give it just a little bit of an edge, but in doing that, it changed the geometry of the flat grind that I was trying to do, and the tip kept, it was aggravating. But so I have one little bitty knife, and this is 1.5 inches thick here. That's from top to the face here, or the edge of the blade, 1.5 inches. So I think I overestimated, because with K-bar, might as well just leave this in my lap. You'll note that K-bar is probably 1.25 inches, whereas the big blade is 1.5 inches. So there's significant difference in size. If I line up the spines, you can see the big blade overlaps it all the way around. So, this back in its sheath, because I don't feel like stabbing myself. It is 11 o'clock on Sunday night. I've spent, between the two of these knives, I've probably spent a total of 5 hours today. Out in the garage, grinding. This has a little bit of an edge. I mean, I'll cut cardboard, but I'm not really sure I want to take this down to razor sharp. No, it's got a slight edge on it. I mean, you will cut yourself with this. I'm going to end up using this as basically my test blade for the handle and the pin, and the brass pin and all of that. And then this one I'm going to try and flesh out and do as nice of a job as I can. You can see that there's a little bit of a couple of different angles in here. It's because I'm using a belt sander, and it's standing up, and it's only like, the belt sander is only about like this wide. So I have to move it, dunk it in water so I don't ruin the temper on this. I mean, you'll see that there's a little bit discoloration here from when I was grinding out the handle, and it was really loud and I wasn't paying attention. My fault, yes, I know. So that's where we sit. Bowie knife in. Ow. That hit in the tender spot. So Bowie knife in the works. Got a couple of problems with the gas forge. One of the burners doesn't want to burn right. I don't know if it's because I don't have enough pressure, but so I'm not using my forge yet, which is starting to piss me off. But I will work on this next time I'm home, so we're about 2 weeks. I probably post a short update. When I have a handle on this, I will show you. I have a couple other things I want to try and do, just to make sure I've got the kinks worked out. But nobody commented on the video, so I'm making a Bowie knife. This one is probably not going to end up going for sale, just because this is my test blade. This is the one I'm going to make all my mistakes on, so that I don't make them on this. So I may end up keeping it. I may end up selling it. Nobody seemed to want to comment. I guess I'm just not that entertaining. Or, real life. That seems to happen to some people. Maybe I should get a life. If I got a life, I wouldn't be making videos, though, would I? Anyhow, that's the quick update for the day, or week, or 2 weeks, or whatever. I will keep poking at it, and we'll see you next time.